Hello there, I'm Daz. During this video I'll be making a walkthrough of Bleak Falls Barrow. Now I'm pretty sure that Bleak Falls Barrow, here we are on the map, in relation to Whiterun and Riverwood. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this place is going to be one of the most frequently walked through dungeons in Skyrim, but hopefully I can add something of note. There are actually two quests related to this location, one of them being Bleak Falls Barrow, and the other one is the Golden Claw. So if you arrive here, and you don't have one or either of these quests in your mission log yet, there is nothing to be worried about. The quest, the Golden Claw, will start as soon as you get inside Bleak Falls Barrow. And the quest Bleak Falls Barrow itself will enter your quest journal pretty much as soon as you speak to the Jarl of Whiterun, and as long as you collect an important item at the end of this dungeon, it will complete instantaneously. So let's get on with this. There's going to be 3 bandits waiting for us outside. I'm on a conjuration build, so I'm going to be ably assisted by my flame Atronak. So I'm level 7 at this point. I'm playing on adept difficulty, so it shouldn't be any problem. Bleak Falls Barrow is actually a level 6 to 20 location, so once I get inside at my level, the enemies are going to be quite basic, but if you arrive here a bit later on in the game, some of the enemies might be a little bit tougher. So I'm just going to show you some loot here. This is always an adept locked chest. I'm not going to open that because I don't want to waste the time. I will eat those ingredients though, just to learn something about alchemy. A corpse here to loot if you so wish, and there is another one just here, and a couple of bandits to deal with. Damn, I missed him. Yeah, so I'm not using much finesse, as you can see. We have a novice chest. I'm pretty certain that this is always novice, so I will take the time to pick this one. So if you did not have the Golden Claw in the quest log, it should be in there at this point. There should be a random potion here. And there's going to be a tougher bandit around the corner. You can wait for him to trigger a trap, or you can confront him if you wish. I'm going to do. You started it, Buster. I was quite willing to be friends. Okay, so a little puzzle to solve, and the solution is snake, snake, and whale. I almost said fish for some reason. Just before I pull the lever and head through the gate, I'll just point out that we also have a potion up here. I'm not sure if that is always a healing potion, but it was the last time I came through here. Okay, so we've got 3 skeevers to deal with in this area. I'm gonna use the conjuration spell again. We also have the Pickpocket skill book, Thief. I will read that and leave it there. A healing potion, an open chest, and a lesser soul gem. Now these skeever are easy enough to kill, but they can be a problem. You can quite easily pick up a dose of ataxia from one of these, which will affect your lockpicking ability for the rest of the dungeon, unless you've got a cure disease potion. So on this table we have a scroll of fireball, that is always present, and a paralysis poison, which is also always present. Before turning in there and dealing with Arvel the Swift, who has the golden claw, we can hack away at this webbing and find another open chest. In here, before dealing with Arvel, we're going to have quite a tough fight with a wounded frostbite spider. I'm using distraction tactics, as you can see. That flame Atronak is very useful at low levels. But it's quite expensive on the Magicka early on in the game. As you can see, I've pumped 3 points already into Conjuration to make it viable. So it's actually best to finish off Arvel straight away.
It's coming loose. I can feel it.
Damn, I missed him. I was stepping back as I took my swing. Yeah, if you give him chance, he'll run away and force you to chase after him. You can also read or take his journal. It is not essential. It just gives you a little bit of a clue about the use of the claw. A common soul gem. I'm pretty sure the other urns are empty. I'll just check anyway. Yes, they are. Okay, so we've got 3 Draugr in this first chamber. If you're very stealthy, you can take these out without any trouble. I'm gonna just go all in. So the Draugr in this dungeon are all quite groggy, and if you're not running a stealth build, you may as well just charge up to them double quick before they have time to wake up. There's quite a few of these alcoves you can loot, so if you're desperate for as much gold as possible, it may be worth your while having a bit of a look around. There are other lootable alcoves as well. I'm just going to make a quick save, and I am going to stealth this next Draugr because he's going to be a little bit tougher than the last lot. I think at my level 7, in fact, I can go to level 8 now. At my level, I think this is going to be a restless Draugr. Excuse me. Hopefully I can get in one almighty swing. Almost did him in one hit. So we have another lootable corpse here. I'm not going to bother stealthing this bunch. Okay, so now these lot are dealt with. If you arrive here and you are at a higher level, you're likely to find a Draugr in this alcove as well. And there is another part of this dungeon where you'll encounter an extra enemy as well, if you're running a higher level. So we can find an apprentice, I think. Locked chest here. I'm not going to pick that, I'll just leave it to save time. Sprint through these. Take out this guy quickly. And use my assistant to help me out there. If they do manage to make it past, you can just use the burning oil. I'm gonna have to wait for that to burn out now. So this is the other location where you may find an extra enemy in one of these alcoves if you are at a higher level. A Draugr in a sarcophagus in this chamber. You can get him quick as well before he draws his two-handed weapon. And an open chest right there. Okay, making good progress. It may be worth your while to grab some of these glowing mushrooms. There are quite a few of them in these next couple of areas. You can plant these in a garden, and combined with blisterwort, you can have an endless supply of smithing potions. So we have a corpse there, an iron ore vein with a pickaxe if you want to grab some iron ore. We have a chest here. More mushrooms, and you'll see we have an enemy below. So for any archery enthusiasts, you might want to make a sneak attack. So as I mentioned earlier, this is a level 6 to 20 location, so I'm pretty sure that if you head through here at level 20 or beyond, you're going to run into a frost troll at this location. So I'm heading down here because there are a couple more lootable corpses. We're not going to find anything amazing. 4 gold on that one. Oh, and look, there's a skeever as well. Another skeleton. And a novice chest. Actually pretty good for such a low level. Better re-employ the Flame Atranak. We're going to be needing her in just a moment. I'd better remember to recast the sword as well. I don't want it going down. Okay, so we can always find a healing potion in that basin. And at my level, we're going to be facing a restless Draugr in this area. So whatever level you are, this is going to be one of the more tougher variety of Draugr. I'll leave that. So we're now in the Sanctum. More swinging blades that need to be avoided. And then 3 more Draugr. Get this one quickly. There's an oil slick right there for people using destruction. Here we are. I knew there was a potion in here somewhere. Thank you, my dear. I don't need to do a thing. I'm just going to make sure I'm not missing anything in this area. I don't think there is anything worth picking up. Nope. And at this door we can put the golden claw to good use. So I know from past experience that we need to spin each of these circles twice. But just in case you aren't aware of how these claws work, you can see the code right there. Bear, moth, owl. And away we go. So just one more enemy to overcome, and he's going to be a bit of a toughie. And there are also a couple of chests in this large chamber. I'm going to deal with one of the chests before tackling the boss. So we just head behind this word wall, skip onto this stone, onto the opposite bank, and over here. Lovely. Get my spell ready. And then I'm going to quickly sprint over here before he wakes up properly. Okay, so this guy normally has a weapon in his hand, but for some reason he hasn't today. I'm not complaining, and this is the important item that you need in order to complete the quest Bleak Falls Barrow. Okay, so we have some more loot to collect. Very nice. And I'll show you the other chest and the exit from this place. And then I'll just briefly run through what needs to be done next. So we have a potion, a rather valuable one, in front of this chest. And then we can empty the chest itself. Pull this handle to reveal the exit. We have a final chest. Some alchemy ingredients, if you want to check those out. And if I just go back to the journal, you'll see I need to return to Farengar at Dragon's Reach in Whiterun to complete the quest Bleak Falls Barrow, and also take the Golden Claw to Lucan of the Riverwood Trader. So I hope this has been useful for someone out there. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.